How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Okay, listen, I love you very much. My parents are surprised in town, so I'm expediting this conversation. What did you want to talk about? Hit me up with that first.
Basically, I think feminism is cancer, and I think that you would disagree with that. So I think that would be the most interesting.
Sure thing. Let's just do that one. Why do you think feminism is cancer? Or
Well,
first, actually, I'm sorry. Do you want to introduce yourself? I guess so my audience knows.
I, hey guys, Undead Chronic, do red pill stuff. Just mostly like the cringe SJW reactions, pretty much that. But try to roast more often, but it's not a big deal. But
Okay.
some being cancer,
Hit me up
right?
with it, yeah.
So I think the thing that you can definitely agree with, and anybody can agree with this,
Mm-hmm.
no matter your political persuasion, great job metastasizing, right?
Wait,
It
what's
spreads,
metastasizing?
right? So when a cancer cell metastasizes, it's like bad news, bad shit. It basically means it spreads and you're fucked.
Yeah?
Also, in a similar manner, spreads and you're fucked.
Wait, what spreads in a
Well,
similar manner? Your mic cut off, sorry.
that's good. Feminism, like
Oh.
the ideology, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Generally, when you give people freedom, more people want it, yeah.
And yeah, that's the thing. The conflation of it's that's an interesting point. When you say feminism is freedom,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like a definition game, right?
Not really, I
And the
don't
right
think so,
does
but
this. The right does this too, but people will change definitions to kind of whatever's beneficial for them in that situation,
sure.
right?
I mean, I'll say freedom is the right to make choices and act in a way that's unobstructed by other people or society as much as humanly possible.
Okay. And that does sound pretty good, but when you look at someone's actions,
Mm-hmm.
and if their actions don't line up with their words, that's where the issue comes in.
Okay.
You got to go off someone's actions, not their words.
Okay.
So, the most common example is when a chick says she wants to date a good guy. You want a chivalrous dude who opens up the door.
Mm-hmm.
Guys that treat her like shit. It's pretty obvious
Yeah, this I
what
don't think
dudes
this
need to
happens in
do.
the real world. I don't think women look for people that treat them like shit and say they want guys that are chivalrous and open doors for them.
Okay, the first part you said you don't think girls look for guys that treat them like shit. Yeah, I don't think any girl would like come out and intentionally say, I want a guy that treats me bad. Kind of subconscious mechanism, or I think what it is a girl is attracted to a man who is dominant, right? Or non-agreeable. He's going to stand up pretty much to anyone. So he'll stand up to other males, he'll stand up to the government, whatever. And in high school or young adults, what that ends up being are bad boys. To slap a girl around to get her to fuck you, but acting like you're above her is extremely beneficial if you're just trying to fuck.
Do you think as one way to counteract this, maybe we could create a movement that empowers women to understand that they don't have to be with these types of people?
And I'm pretty sure women, as a man, you can't tell a woman anything,
What do you
right?
mean?
I
We
can't
tell
tell a
women shit all
woman.
the time. We tell them whether or not they can have abortions. We've told them that they can vote. We've let them into the workplace. I mean, men control women's lives like pretty hardcore up until certain rights are granted to them.
And as well, I'm saying in this current situation, you tell a woman anything, she screams, "My body, my choice." But
Wait, do
when
you
it
think a
comes to
woman
the
shouldn't be able to
draft,
scream "My body, my choice"?
well, it's just hypocritical because if you look at the wider perspective, right,
Mm-hmm.
how the government treats men, men don't have the same rights as women.
How not?
Just, and I can send you these sources if you need them. Or you
Well,
link
no,
them.
no. This is a philosophical argument right now. In what ways are men like
Well,
fucked
I
compared
can
to women?
post talk sending sources as a group. Men pay taxes. As a
Okay.
group, women use taxes. Not every single woman is a tax drain.
Don't
Not
you
every
think men
single
probably
man.
pay most of the taxes because men like make most of the money? Like, wouldn't this be like saying virgins are actually better off than ultra chads because ultra chads probably have women that scrape their dick with their teeth more than ultra virgins? I mean, isn't that just because the ultra chads are getting more head? I mean, like, is this really a good argument? I'm sure that men probably contribute more taxes because men probably earn most of the money, but that's probably a good thing, right? Like, I'm paying more in taxes now than I earned at my job when I was a carpet cleaner, but I'm not complaining about it. It's because I'm earning a lot more money, right?
This is true, but as a group, you got to realize not every single man is out there raking in the dough.
Well, but those guys that aren't out there raking
Women,
in the dough probably aren't paying taxes either.
then it brings it back to the original point. Those guys who rake in all the dough aren't paying taxes, yet still men as a group pay taxes. So it's not like a couple outliers or like a couple, financial giga chads paying all the taxes, covering up all the other men.
Well, that's because men as a group out earn women as a group.
Would pay more taxes, but it's not that women pay less taxes than men. As a group, they are a tax drain. It's not a plus, it's a negative.
So should we get rid of all women in society? I mean, it makes sense that women would be a tax drain compared to men when they're probably more likely to earn less and they're more likely to stay at home taking care of children.
Problem is when they're staying at home, taking care of bastards, and they're on welfare systems taking men's money. That's
How is
the
that
end of the
women's fault?
argument.
Doesn't it
Well,
take two people to make a baby? Wouldn't a bastard child be more the fault of the man because that means he left the woman?
it depends, right? Do you lay the blame on the man for fucking a chick, getting her pregnant, and ditching? I think it goes on the woman because she's the one that decided to open up and take the cream pie raw dog. You see,
Isn't that
unless
also
you're
on the guy?
raised,
Doesn't it take two to make a baby?
it does take two, but women are the gatekeepers of sex. So when a woman has sex with a dude and has kids with him and he runs off, who was in charge of that situation?
I mean, the guy is just as much
The
as the
bad
woman. I mean,
judgment.
both people have to come together. It's like a two-person process generally, at least from what I'm familiar with. You need two people to both say, like, okay, let's do it and make a baby. I don't know how you could assign the blame to one party over the other. It kind of feels like you're taking away all the agency from the man right now. I'm feeling a little bit insulted. You don't think men are capable of understanding whether or not cream pieing somebody leads to a kid?
I think the average horny dude out there cream pieing these girls who end up on welfare give a shit about the consequences of their actions.
Okay,
They
wait.
don't
So
care,
then the
dude.
problem is
They're
with
just
men
out
then.
trying
Then
to
the,
get their
then
nut.
wait. So then the problem is with the men then. Should we get rid of men from society or?
Wouldn't have, honestly, I wouldn't have a problem if the single mothers, or let's just say the prospective single mother, they took the cream from some bad boy, if they just went to the Planned Parenthood, did some choppy dicey, and I had to pay for the kids.
Wait, what? I have
Have the
no idea what
kids.
you just said. What do you mean?
Right? There's the pill. There's limitless options for females to control their own reproductive rights. It's, abortions, legislated against, which I don't agree with. I think, I think every girl should get one free abortion if she gets the tubes tied too.
Why not men get vasectomies and then get abortions for their significant others?
I'm cool with that. If you want a man to get a vasectomy, whatever. But it's not the men.
Well, but it is. It takes two people to make a baby every time. It really does. That's how our species
You
works.
come back to the same point. But what I'm trying to tell you is that who decides whether a child is born? Full stop. The woman. At any point, a woman can abort a child.
Okay.
Power over that.
What?
Absolutely no. Once he's spurged, right? If she wants to put him on child support for 18 years,
Wait, hello?
you hear me?
Wait, your mic cut out for a sec. Wait, well, like, that's at any point after the guy's already made the decision to, like, impregnate her, right?
That's right. That's
So,
why I
I mean-
recommend, condoms. But
Okay, cool. All right, I can agree with that.
here's like the problem, right?
Uh-huh.
This is a group, right? And women are tax drains. And I would say that the women who are tax drains aren't the ones who are empowered feminists, right? The ones that are out there working corporate jobs, they're usually they're tax pluses. The legions of single mothers and their bastards leeching off the tax system.
To be fair, you realize that everybody making under probably like 30 or 40K is like a tax drain, right?
I'm sure, probably. I mean, I don't know those stats. I just have the study that says, as a group, men pay taxes, women consume taxes.
Okay.
If some poor homeless bum, stabs a bunch of cops and has to go to jail, yeah, he's a tax drain.
Or if a man is working
But,
and only earns like 30K a year, he's probably tax drain as well, right?
And I don't know what kind of programs you'd be benefit for.
Well,
right?
you're paying almost nothing in income tax, and then depending on your deductions, like you're gonna get shit back. And I mean, depending on if you have kids, you can get more write-offs. Like, and then your consumption is probably gonna be higher than a wealthy person that's paying a much greater dollar amount.
Sure. The whole kind of argument I'm trying to paint here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if you disagree with these points, right?
I mean, I've already disagreed with pretty much every single thing you've said so far.
Well, let's see, like theoretically, right? Women consume taxes, so you have a transfer of wealth as a group from men who work, paying for the failed sexual decisions of a group of women, other men that these dudes didn't even father.
Okay.
What makes it insidious?
Well, not really. This is like an insanely like one-dimensional view of like a pretty complicated issue. I mean,
I don't see it as complicated at all.
it's insane. Right? It's insanely complicated. Here's a question. Let's say you have one guy that's making $150K a year and a woman that's staying home taking care of the kid. Is that woman consuming taxes?
She a single mother?
No, if she's living with the father. If she's living with the guy, is that woman consuming taxes?
Well, then she's not a tax drain because she's not on welfare, man.
Okay, so you're literally just talking about people that consume welfare are the bad people, not women then.
I'm not trying to say they're bad.
Right? Well, okay, wait. So why do you keep going back to women and men when you really mean to say is people that consume welfare?
As a group, men pay taxes. As a group...
Wait, why do you keep going back to this men and women thing when you're just talking about people that consume welfare? Why are we talking about like men and women and then only talk about people that consume welfare? Because as a group, men pay more taxes than women, but women don't pay taxes for their stay-at-home wives. So I mean, like, I don't know, like these two things are not comparable.
Group of women who are tax drains are those single mothers on welfare.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, so you're talking about single parents on welfare tax drains, not just women.
Sure, we can get down to the extreme diluted or.
Wait, no, it's not the extreme diluted. I'm trying to show. Let's say, for instance, I have a country with 1 million people. Let's say almost all of these people are men and women that are families, and the men are all working, and the women are almost never working. And then let's say that I have like 100 men that are homeless, and all they do is consume taxes. In this society, men are still contributing most of the taxes. Women are consuming almost everything. But I mean, what would you argue? Like, this is just like a really weird.
Are all these women staying at home with a husband?
Sure, but men are still paying most of the taxes.
So they're not on welfare. So
they're not on welfare, but they're not paying taxes. Men are still paying taxes.
Then they're zero. Then they're a net nothing for taxes.
Yeah, but men are still paying way more of the taxes.
Men work. That's what you get if you go to the workplace.
Okay, so maybe we should make the laws like if you pop out like a bastard child, the child should have to go with the dad instead of the mom. Maybe? Do you think that would fix it?
I don't think so because I think the majority of these single mothers who are getting knocked up and having these kids and the dads either run off whatever. I'm not confident in the average competency of a dude who knocks one of these chicks up.
Okay, that sounds really disempowering to men. Like,
we live in a society where men have to pay for the sexual failures of sluts.
I mean, but it's their sexual failure as well, right?
Yeah, but no one really cares about incels. Like, I care about them, but people just kind of shit on them.
Wait, what?
When a man's failure in the sexual marketplace is just him being a virgin. No one cares.
Wait, what is this? Wait, how did we pivot away from this? Wow, I don't understand.
I must have misheard you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying, why would we blame women for having kids when it takes men and women to do it? To have a child out of wedlock, it takes two people.
Okay. Well, to arm a bomb, let's say it takes two people. One person can disarm it, right? Other person, once they arm it, they walk away. They can't do anything in 9 months. The person who could disarm it at any point refused to. Who is more culpable in that situation?
I mean, I guess past the point of the impregnating the person, it's left up to one person, but it still takes two people to impregnate them. Also, it's not just willy-nilly to get an abortion all the time. Like, these things can be costly. Not everybody has access to it. In some states, it's harder than others. Like,
day after pill is under $100.
Day after pill, first of all, under $100, what, like a $70 or $80 pill could be a lot of money to some people, firstly. Secondly, the day after pill can be really rough on a lot of people's bodies. That's some hard shit. Thirdly, if you're over a certain weight, the day after pill doesn't even work on you.
It was the $70 to $80 more or less expensive than having a child.
That's not relevant to what I just said.
As you said, if it's a cost issue, they don't have $70 to spend. You have a couple $1,000.
Yeah, but poor people don't make decisions this way. That's like saying, like, why would you get a payday loan when it's going to be worse for you in the future? I mean, that doesn't stop people from getting payday loans. Like,
it's a good point. Yeah, you could say that poor people don't really think ahead that much. But, you could always give up the kid for adoption or use a condom.
Giving up people for adoption is I don't think we can just flood the adoption things. And then using condoms, that's up to the man, not the woman, right?
I mean, if a woman tells a man he's got to use a condom and he doesn't, that's rape. So it really is up. The woman controls the whole situation.
Okay. All right.
And
Okay, I got you. Okay, fuck. I have to leave and eat. I'm sorry. My parents are screaming at me. Do you have any final closing points for us?
you know what, man? I just hope you have a safe trip to your vacation.
Thanks. I love you, buddy. Be careful. Okay. It wasn't Jordan Peterson. Who's the guy where it's like you have the sluts? Oh no, it was Jesse Lee Peterson and then the slut makers. Holy shit.